Good morning to one and all, and welcome to online revision classes. Today's topic is Introduction to Arrays. So before going to learn arrays, let us know how a variable is stored in the main memory. So what is main memory? We all know main memory is nothing but a random access memory, RAM. So why the elements will be stored in main memory? Because RAM is a temporary memory, and whatever the process is done by the CPU, it will be handled or shared by RAM also. So that is the reason why the data will be temporarily stored and accurately given the output through RAM. So that is the reason why the RAM stores the data temporarily to do the process. So suppose think that we have to store a value 25 to do some process. So this value 25 should be stored in the main memory. Supposing that we have stored this 25 in the main memory, how to identify this 25? So this 25 will be given a name called roll number, with a variable name called roll number. So already we know that what is a variable. A variable is a name given to the value to store in the memory for the identity of the as the identity of the number. So this 25 will be stored with a name roll number in the memory, but how much space it is going to occupy, it depends upon the data type. So if it is integer, it will occupy 2 bytes or 4 bytes according to the compiler, 16-bit or 32-bit compiler. So short int, I use short int roll number is equal to 25, as this data type will occupy 2 bytes of memory. 2 bytes of memory. What is this 2 bytes of memory size? Will be 16 bits. So it will be 16 bits. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. So now this 25 will be stored in the memory which is allocated by the main memory with a variable name roll number. So how it is, this 25 is allocated in the form of, again in the form of zeros and ones, that is 1 1 0 0 1. So rest of the memory locations will be occupied with zeros, because this 11001 is the binary form of decimal number 25. So now we have got a clear understanding how the data will be stored in the memory. Now if I want to store 10 values, what I have to do? I have to declare 10 variables like roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3, roll number 4, roll number 5, like that. Instead of doing that, there is a concept called arrays, which can store 10 elements with single variable name. So An array is a collection of same type of elements or similar elements, similar data type elements. In array, the memory is allocated in a contiguous fashion, that is in a serial fashion, under a common variable name, where here the values are stored can be identified using the index number. First, before going to index all these things, first, what is an array? We have come across with a definition called an array is a collection of similar data types or same type of elements. Okay, so how to declare an array? Before going to that, suppose think that I want to store marks of 6 subjects. Then in array, how it will be? It will be with the same name called marks, where it will start with a 0, index will start with 0, and the array, how to identify the array can be declared with open and close square brackets. Array of 0, 25, sorry, marks of 0, 25, marks of 1, 35. In that same fashion, we will store the elements. So now if I declare short int marks of 6 subjects, then I will initialize the values here itself. Marks of 0th subject is 25, first subject is 25, second subject, third subject, fourth subject, fifth subject, sixth subject. Now I have declared and initialized the array. Now, how this will be stored in the memory? Marks of 0, as it is short int 2 bytes, again 16 bits. Marks of 1, again 16 bits. Marks of 2, 3 and 5. Why it is 5? As the array index start with 0, the size will be 6. Even though the size will be 6, it is starting with 0, then the ending will be size minus 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the reason marks of 5 here. So now we come across how to declare an array, how to initialize an array. Okay, and even there are different ways of declaring an array. As we have declared this array as short int marks of 6 subjects, even we can declare like this: int of 6 marks is equal to, in this fashion. This is one type of declaration. And even we can declare like this: new int of 5 elements. So these are the types of declarations of our array. Now, well and good, it is we have declared, we have initialized, and how to access these elements? To access the elements of array, we go for iteration. So the iterative statements like for can be used to access the array. So as we are accessing 6 subject marks, we have to iterate 6 times. This is how we iterate marks of I. Now what it happens? As I is equal to 0, marks of I will be displayed. Again we will increment by 1, I will become 1, marks of 1 is equal to this one. Increment by 1, it will become 2, marks of 2 is equal to this one. In the same fashion, we can access the elements of array using iterative statement called for loop. Now, this is called one-dimensional array. When it comes to multi-dimensional array, more than one dimension. That is, suppose I want to collect 6 subjects marks of 6 semesters. 6 subject marks of 6 semesters. This is called two-dimensional array. So how to initialize this two? So we have declared this array, and how to initialize with the square braces, with flower braces as we have, but this is outer and this is inner. 6 subjects like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one semester 6 subject marks. Next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is second semester 6 subject marks. Similarly 6 semesters, and we close the. This is two-dimensional. So we can declare this in a two-dimensional format in this fashion. So how to access this two-dimensional array? Again, using the iterative statement called for loop, where as it is single dimension, we have used for loop for one time. It is multi-dimensional, we will go for 2 times. Like for I is equal to 0 semesters, I less than 6 semesters, I plus plus. Suppose we will go for, instead of I, semester. Yes. 0th semesters, 6 semesters, and I. Second, marks. M is equal to 0, M less than 6, M plus plus. Now, marks of S comma M. This is how to access the two-dimensional array. What happens here? First semester is 0, as we know. Array starts with 0 and ends with size minus 1. So index will be 0, and end of the array will be n minus size minus 1. So 0 is nothing but first one. So first semester subject marks of first semester marks, first semester, 0th semester or first semester, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, marks 4, marks 5. Next, increment second semester, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, marks 4, marks 5. Increment third semester, 6 marks subject marks. Fourth semester, fifth semester. In this fashion, we will access the two-dimensional array. In the same fashion, multi-dimensional like the 3-dimensional array or 4-dimensional array, we can access. So 2 semesters, 3 subject marks. If I declare like this, how it will be? First semester, second semester. Marks of first semester, 3 subject marks, and second semester, 3 subject marks. This is how we will access the two-dimensional array. So now I think you have got a basic idea of how to declare one-dimensional, two-dimensional, how to initialize and how to access one-dimensional and multi-dimensional, and where and when to use the arrays. So this is the end of the topic called arrays. Before going to end the arrays of objects can be used. Like we can use the user defined classes to declare the array, like employee E is equal to new employee of 7. So this employee may contain different data types, different fields. We can access the things like employee of 0 is equal to new employee of 1 with some data. This is how we can even access user defined classes for using arrays of objects also. So here ends the topic called arrays. Thank you very much.